This is Dental All Stars, where we bring you the best in dentistry on marketing, management, and training. Here's your host, Alex Nottingham.
Welcome to Dental All Stars. Our topic is the truth about social media for dentists, and our guest is Cheyenne McCracken. Now, Cheyenne is a mastery coach at All Star Dental Academy. She also still works in the front lines as a treatment coordinator and office manager for a very successful insurance-free dental practice. She has her BA in psychology and English. Please welcome Cheyenne.
Thanks for having me, Alex.
Why are dentists hesitant to use social media, Cheyenne?
I think that dentists are hesitant to use social media because of the rules and regulations and the fear of not being compliant with those. Also, it's the time that they feel they need to allot to the platforms to build their followers and their likes. And there are certain ways to make the time for that, whether it's 5 minutes a day, posting and engaging on your social media, or delegating it to a trusted employee. And there's plenty of content out there to post where you're not breaking any rules or regulations with patient confidentiality.
So we see some of the downsides, because I know some dentists tell me, well, it's not a great return on investment, what have you. We can get to that later. What are the benefits then of social media for a dentist or a dental office?
So social media is super important because it's an extra line of communication between you and your patients. It builds the connection that you have with your patients as well as potential patients. And it's extension of who you are as a practice and who your team is and who the dentist is. And we know that building connections with patients leads to trust and confidence and credibility, and therefore patients are more likely to show up for their appointments, to accept treatment, and to refer their friends and their family to your office, especially when you're authentic and you're real and you're sharing personalized experiences and posts and engaging with your followers. It's definitely a way to get your name out there and reach a larger audience.
Give me some things that you're doing that are fun or the history of this. Did your doctor, was he open to doing it right away, or did it take time, or what effects that you've seen in your practice?
Eric is a big part of our social media platform. He started our social media for our office, and he posts daily pictures that people are commenting on. They're usually cute little pictures like Hello Spring and things that people actually share to their own pages. And that creates an engagement as well as getting your name out there because they're sharing your posts. Another thing that we do is that we share the new protocols that we're putting into place that will keep our patients safe during the COVID era. Patients want to know how you are going to keep them safe and looking at the cleanliness of your practice. And so one of the things we did is we have a fogger machine with the hypochlorous acid, and we shared in instructions of how we use that in our office and how it keeps our patients safe. So we're always sharing what we're doing that's new. Anything that we're promoting in the office, any products that we're now selling or offering. Also highlighting our team members or patients that allow us to post their testimonials, if we have written consent. So we're always engaging on our social media pages and responding to comments and their shares as well as their messages.
Yeah, you're mentioning Eric Vickery, our president of coaching, as well as he runs our social media program that we provide with dentists. And I'll talk more about that later, but that's allstardentalacademy.com/social. And there's a brochure of the service that we offer, which is pretty cool. And Eric runs that. And that's who you're referring to. What should a dentist post on social media? You're mentioning some examples, but give me some more. What are areas, I'll put it this way, what are examples that work and what are examples that don't work so well on social media?
I'll start with what doesn't work. So posting anything controversial like political views or religious views that could dissuade patients from coming to your practice. Those are things that you want to avoid on social media. Any copyrighted content or trademarked content, you want to avoid that as well. Anything that breaks your confidentiality with a patient, like I mentioned before, you need written consent to post those things. What does work is when you're very intentional about your post and you make them personalized. We're in this era right now of COVID where patients are greeted with a masked face. If you are showing your team members and you're showing the doctor without a mask on your social media and they're smiling and the patient comes into the office, you may be masked, but they're going to think back to when they saw your face on social media and they're instantly going to feel more connected and comfortable with you. So I would definitely say to share personalized content.
That's a great point. Because that's a very interesting way of getting around the mask, is that on your pictures, you're not wearing a mask. Very clever. So that's some of the good things. The bad things, don't post religious or personal or political statements. Keep it fun, keep it light. Are there other mistakes that dentists should avoid or areas that don't work on social media?
Absolutely. One of the biggest ones that I see is not posting consistently. So I think of the example, if you haven't posted since 2019 and a potential client visits your page, it would be like them going over to a friend's house and all the lights are off in the house. Oh, no one's home, so they're going to go visit someplace else where the lights are on and they know they're home. So you need to post consistently so that when people visit your page, they know that you're active in the community, that you are accepting new patients. So it's very important to make sure you're posting daily and interacting as well.
What about like posting specials? Do those work? $99 exams or what have you? What about that?
I would say as long as you're avoiding the pushy sales tactics, then yes, you can keep people up to date on the specials that you're doing and you're promoting, but I would avoid things like, $14.99 for a crown, come get yours today. So you can inform people of what you're doing and your prices, but not being pushy with your sales.
Lots of fun content, maybe some educational content, mix it up essentially, right? And then you can throw in a call to action here and there. But if it's all buy, they're not going to want to engage with your office. What are some engagement tips for a dentist using social media? How can they get more engagement on their page?
So one of the things I've learned is that to get engagement, you have to give engagement. So you post and you comment on other people's things, something that aligns with your values of your practice. If a patient posts a cute picture of their puppy dog, go ahead and comment on that and write, "Oh, so cute," and make mindful, meaningful connections with your patients. And then even remember that when they come into the practice that you had liked that picture and reference that picture. "Oh, I loved your dog. Your dog is so cute." And you can build connections and trust that way by communicating on Facebook or Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn.
What do I have to be on? What should I be on? It's getting overwhelming. You have YouTube, what are the platforms? What are the most popular platforms for dentists? What do I need to be on and what should I consider being on?
You really should be on as many platforms as you can. I would say Facebook and Instagram are growing to be one of the most popular. LinkedIn, Twitter, there's a lot of engagement on those sites. So I would say trying to be on multiple platforms is important and just figuring out what aligns with your values as well. And you want to personalize your content per platform.
And I know a lot of dentists are like, I just want to do dentistry. But you see the dentists that are engaged in social media, and there are hams out there that are off on the deep end, but there's some middle ground. The dentist, like for me, I'm very comfortable in LinkedIn. So Cheyenne runs all of our social media. That's why I was looking to have her on here as well. And we have a whole social media team, right? You, our president of coaching, Eric, Shelly, everybody, we're all like sharing together. So that could be a good thing to do with your dental office, is maybe have someone like Eric, which I can talk about at the end, our social media program that can start the fire, make sure there's content, but then everybody in your team comment like other people's stuff. So you're not alone at it, but the principal leader has to create some context. So for example, I'm comfortable on LinkedIn. So what I'll do is I will connect with some of my friends, dentists, and so on. I'll like their things. They'll like our things, experts, and there's a networking going there. Heather, she's comfortable on Facebook and on Instagram, so she'll do more of that situation. So what I'm hearing is it can be a team effort, and the doctor, the CEO, in a sense, should be involved at some capacity.
Absolutely. And if you have, Eric posting daily, that's great to keep your page active. And then you also want to add in that more personalized information, and you can delegate that to your team members. Each team member takes a day and they post something a little bit more personal. Obviously, you have to trust them and keep it professional, but it can be a picture of their dog and a little snippet of information about the team member or the doctor.
It's also important to connect with social media. It's a network. So you have your page, but then you have people that are linking to your page and liking to your page. So is it appropriate to ask nicely if your team would repost some of it to their page? Because then if we get to their friends then see our office and they come to our office. So tell me about that. I mean, is that something you do at your practice? Is that something that I'm sure we can ask, but we cannot compel. It's a personal thing. Thoughts on that, Cheyenne?
Absolutely. Your employees and your team members, they have to be comfortable with it, and you need to respect that either way. But if your team members are there because their vision matches your vision, then most likely they're going to be comfortable with that. And it brings up a good point about asking patients to follow your social media sites as well. I think back to Larry Gazzardo's last podcast with you about asking for referrals. It's the same type of mindset about asking for social media followers. Patients expect it, especially in today's world. They know that you're on social media, and it's okay to ask them to follow your pages. Refer friends and family to your page. Invite friends and family and coworkers to like your page and interact with you on social media.
Yeah, well, tell me more about that. So how would that play out? I'm at you're at the dental office. Patient comes in, they're leaving. Just what do you do? Talk about, hey, are you on social media? Let's connect. Like, how would that play out? Like, what would that look like?
It's telling patients, hey, did you know we're on social media? Did you know we're on Facebook? And giving them the benefit. The benefit is for them to follow us. They can stay up to date with our latest protocols. They can stay up to date with the services that we're offering or the new team members in our practice. So the benefit is really for the patient to ask them to follow us on social media.
Again, the dental office is not a place everybody thinks that's where I want to go. But the more we can make it a fun, exciting, comfortable place to be, social media can support that. And like you said as well, we have to, as a team, want to interact with the patients on social media. So we think it's just marketing, just a phone call, just coming into the office. But there's also a patient experience that's happening on social media. How is that experience? So the experience has to be consistent everywhere in the domain of communication and practicing. And look, social media, it's relatively newer compared to a physical office, compared to a website, but it's out there. And this is when we talk about change. I think also dentists are concerned. Certainly the newer dentists, the younger dentists are all into social media, but the older dentists that still take a lion's share of the marketplace, it's something that they're hesitant to. But when it comes to considering change or our comfort zone, we have to push beyond that. What you've been teaching me, Cheyenne, you got to come from the right place, right, of service. And if you come from that place and you put things out there, it does pay off. But you got to be patient, right, with social media?
Correct. Yeah. It's like you were saying, it's all an extension of that patient experience. And for us, it's our customer experience. And you have to be authentic and, like you said, patient. It's not an immediate return on investment, but it does get your name out there, and it's very important.
You can make social media fun and a good piece of your marketing material. So it's like, we want to, again, embrace change, not want to run away from it. Cheyenne, tell me a little bit about, so you work with Eric Vickery, the program. Tell me what he's doing. This is the All-Star Dental Academy social media program that Eric runs at your practice. What is he doing? What does your doctor get with that program?
His program involves making sure that your pages do stay active. So he is posting everyday content to your social media pages and also interacting with the people that are commenting and liking your pages. He's responding to messages that you can't get to right away as a dentist or a team member. So he's right on top of it when it comes to the social media and making sure that everything is getting responded to and staying active. And it's just such a great program, and he does such a great job at making people smile with the posts that he does. So that's a great extension of who we are.
So we have the social media program. The link is allstardentalacademy.com/social. If you click that link, I'll put it in the show notes as well. You'll get a brochure on how to utilize the program. You can reach out to us if you like some help with social media. Cheyenne, thank you so much for being on the program, and I look forward to having you back again to have some more fun reporting on social media.
Thanks, Alex. I'm looking forward to it as well.
For those that are listening or watching, please remember to follow us on Apple Podcasts. And we're talking about social media. Follow us on social media, like, comment, and for the podcast, like, comment, 5 stars, leave reviews. It all helps grow our following. It helps us develop more content for you and all your friends out there in dentistry. And until next time, go out there and be an all-star.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Dental All-Stars. Visit us online at allstardentalacademy.com.